I'm like in my regular mood. Okay. I'm trying to look at my professional one.
And we are live.
Yay!
And we are going straight into intro.
Yep.
All right, let's do like that. Get out of that.
I gotta learn all that stuff.
Happy hour. Hey, welcome. Hey, turn it up. Broadcast. Happy hour. We do it live. Conversation spicy, don't be surprised. We got DJ Row in the mix. Thug nasty as it gets. Tune in. We love to entertain Shantae. She's the flame, it's not a game. Are you ready? This is happy hour. I am Fetty. Chill.
Yay! I love that. We got the best intro in the world, child. I swear to God, I'll be jamming to that shit like it's a real song in real life. But anyway, welcome everybody. I know we're running late, so I'm definitely going to be reposting this. But I wanted to do an interview with the other better half of our group, Happy Hour, DJ Row. I kind of wanted to get you guys to get a little bit more understanding of him, know a little bit more about him. You know, maybe he can talk about the DJ world and, you know, all those good things, some things that people don't know, some things that we kind of might not address on the show. So, of course, everybody knows DJ Row. But Ro, I would like for you to introduce yourself to whoever might be new subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself, let them know who you is. You know.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy DJ Row of Happy Hour. Woo! What's up, y'all?
Of you, he DJs many things, many shows. You know what I mean? I personally love working, you know what I mean, with Roselle. We've actually been friends for a very long time. So, you know, he's way more than just a DJ. But I wanted to get into some conversation because I feel like a lot of people think that DJing is easy. Me personally, you know what I mean, as an artist, some people are like, oh, I could draw, that's easy, whatever. I don't think it's easy. I don't know what the fuck that shit is. I'm too impatient for that shit. I think it takes a great amount of patience. So I wanted to ask you a few questions, like first and furthermore, how long you been DJing for?
I'd say since like maybe the late 90s.
Just
about 2000. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Well, what made you want to get into DJing? Like, you just was like, I just love music, and that was just something you wanted to do, or?
Yeah, my parents, especially my dad. My dad always liked to listen to James Brown. He was like a big James Brown dude. When I was a kid, they got me one of them old school blue record players that you could play like Disney music and, you know, the Disney stories on. And so I just grew up listening to records and stuff for a while. And then when I got old enough, and I started working at the time TCI Cable, which is now Xfinity or whatever it is now. But I was working there. I worked there with this guy. His name was DJ Booker at the time. Shout out to DJ Booker if you're out there somewhere.
Shout out.
I haven't heard from the dude in years, but he was the one that kind of brought me into it because his friend used to work for a company that used to make Techniques, which are turntables. And so at the time, I told him, I said, man, I'd like to learn how to DJ and all that stuff. And literally through him and his friend, I literally bought me my first pair of turntables, which were good ones, Techniques, and I got a discount too, so it was kind of cool. But he was the one that technically taught me how to DJ.
Okay, and like, okay, how many, like, when you first started, was it difficult for you? Like, was you like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I doing? Or did you feel like it was just came natural to you?
Nah, the songs came natural, but the actual transitioning of beats and beat mixing, I had to learn a little bit. It took about a year to get it to a really good point. But it it started out. I got the music, like I was good with playing what people wanted to hear, but it was
Right.
the mixing of the music is what I like to really try to learn, and that's what took me a little bit to learn how to do.
And that's interesting because I think it's really important for people to know, because I know, like, just as a model and a club goer and just doing music videos and doing certain things, I know for a fact if that DJ is not playing the right music, the whole vibe, doesn't matter how nice the club is, doesn't matter how great everything is going. If that DJ does not play the right music, it's kind of like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like you have to read the room. You know what I mean? It's like, do you feel like when you see a group of people and they come into a place, like you can just kind of read the vibe and just kind of get like an idea, like you look at the age groups, maybe how people are dressed, how they're vibing, whatever, like that helps you kind of know what songs to mix together and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's actually one of the techniques. You're right. So when people come in, if it's a young crowd, an older crowd, like, hey, if people come in and they're all rockers, you're not going to just play a bunch of hip hop for rockers.
Right.
A bunch of hip hoppers, you're not going to play a bunch of rock music or you're not going to play
Right.
reggae for them. So you got to kind of cater to the crowd.
Okay. Now, have you ever been in a situation, especially, let me rephrase this question. Your first gig, now, do you remember your first gig? Of course you should, but it's like, of course you do. But do you remember your first gig? Was you like nervous, or were you just kind of like, no, I got this? Or did you just, second guess yourself? Like, how do I play?
I was a little bit nervous because I literally took the money for the gig. The lady paid me in advance, and I got these speakers from Best Buy, which were TV speakers. So at the time, I didn't know better, and so I had the TV speakers. But I was able to hook to Technics. I forgot how I did it, but I got like a little receiver and stuff, and I hooked it up. But it was awful. Now, once I think about it, it was awful. I literally only had, like, at the time, maybe 20 or 25 records. I didn't have that much music. But to me, I thought I was cool. You know what I'm saying? At the time,
it seems like a lot, right?
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of music, but like I said, the transitioning was okay. I was better at it, but like I said, it was what saved me was I knew what music to play. So when I knew what to play, people were still vibing.
Okay, cool. And I mean, I don't like to, throw out people's ages and stuff like that. But how old was you when you did your first gig?
Ooh.
I'm just trying to dig up in there, like, how
maybe
old?
like 20, in the 20s.
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a while ago.
That was a minute ago. You've been in the game a long time.
Yeah, it was.
Now,
it was a long time.
when you first started DJing, were there specific people that you were particularly looking up to? Some people that inspired you, like, I want to be like them, or I want to be greater than them, like just people who were in that world. You know what I mean?
Like I said, at the time,
like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to like. I'm trying to think. Like in real life, it was DJ. Like I said, it was DJ Booker, because he was he literally took me to the clubs with him a few times. Like, I don't even know if these clubs still exist in San Francisco, like City Nights.
Oh my God, not City Nights.
Palladium. I went to clubs with him and got to be in the booth with him. And I used to watch him DJ, and I was like, man, this is pretty cool.
Okay, so you watched him DJ.
Yes.
Okay.
It was pretty cool.
Big. Yeah. Was there anyone else? Like, that's a pretty big inspiration there. So,
yeah.
That's just crazy.
DJ Qbert was cool back then.
Okay.
Ooh, there's a lot of them. Red Alert, Kid Capri.
Yeah. Okay, I know that one.
Yeah, there was technically a lot of them, but I'm not gonna lie to you. It's mainly the physical, like people who I dealt with. Like Booker was someone who was right in front of me, right? That I was able to DJ with. He was the one.
Okay. Do you feel that like growing up, being a DJ, because I would say growing up, because you were in your 20s, Do you feel that DJs get the credit that they deserve? Do you feel that there's a lot of people that are really greats out there whose names aren't really out there, maybe because they're not a rapper, maybe because they're behind the scenes or whatever? Do you feel like DJs kind of they're just only played as background? Do you feel like that happens?
I think some of them do. But I think they do somewhat get played in the background, and I also think DJs do it to each other. There's a lot of DJs that hate on each other for whatever reasons and stuff like that too. I see that too. So I mean, to me, it's more on that end. I mean, more than us getting pushed to the background, I don't think we get mentioned as much as we should. But
okay,
I don't know if I wouldn't really say get pushed to the background, but I kind of do think that you get kind of pushed to the back, but it's kind of always, it's really been like that for years now. You know what I'm saying? Technically, the rapper is the showman, the MC is the showman. So, no matter who you listen to, it's always the DJ. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's always the MC that everybody follows.
Yeah.
So,
okay, now you brought me to something. You said something interesting. You said that a lot of DJs, like, they tend to kind of. Would you say that there be DJ beefs? Like, there be like attacking each other? Like, is there really a DJ
there's shots. There's shots here and there.
There's shots like, hey,
of course,
oh.
of course.
That's crazy to me because in my mind, I think that all the DJs kind of be band together and be like, yeah, let's.
Oh, you would think it's really no different than rappers. The only thing is, like, of course, DJs ain't as crazy as like rappers are in real life. But I mean, there's little beefs here and there.
Okay, like how do you? I mean, I don't know if you've ever had any type of beef. But if you have, how do you handle that situation where you, like, someone's hating on you, someone's trying to discredit you, you know what I mean, in your line of work? Like, how do you handle that situation?
I just don't deal with haters. I just you kind of know how I am. I don't
I know how you are.
If it's like that kind of situation, I'm not dealing with people. I got too much going on and then be dealing with people. You just gotta let them talk. And my feelings is what everybody says. If they doing that much talking, you doing something right. If they worry that much.
Damn sure. That's for damn sure. Because if it's crickets with my motherfucking ass and I know I'm out there popping, nigga, I'm not popping hard enough. Okay?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got I need that little bit of hate. Be like, okay, I got it, because I ain't worried. You know what I mean? I don't expect everybody to love. You know what I mean? So I definitely get it. Okay, so now technically, the text, how hard is it? Like, have you ever had to teach someone, like, hey, can you help me DJ? Can you teach me how to DJ, kind of monitor me, you know what I mean, monitorship, have you ever had to do that?
No, not yet. No.
Most
people, man, you gotta be. I had some people who wanted to try it when they came along with me. But some people don't have that patience. They don't have the. There's a patience to it. I mean,
that's what
you've been with me. You've been with me to places where I've DJ'd and stuff. You got people coming up and you asking you to play this. You got to do this. You still got to keep the music going. And a lot of people, it's more than just the mixing of the music. You got to be able to handle people and deal with people. And a lot of people can't do that. They can't do all that in one.
So, and that's a crazy thing, because I always wonder, because I know I've had my nights, right? And I've had my drunken nights, and I've been like, can you play that? And I'm just automatically assuming that y'all motherfuckers is genies. You know what I mean? It just got all that shit laid out in my head right there for me. So it's just kind of like, it's interesting because, like, now just kind of knowing a little bit more, I'm a little bit older now, I'm just kind of like, damn, they really, like, you guys have a set playlist, kind of, in a way. And then it's kind of like, when people come up to you, how hard is it for you to, like, maybe if you don't have that song in the playlist, like, do you have to do a search engine? What do you have to do?
I'm going to put it like this. I don't know how every other DJ does it. Roselle does not have a set playlist. I technically
Okay.
don't. I don't do it like that. I don't have a set playlist. I don't know how other
Yeah, I don't,
DJs
yeah,
do it.
that's why I asked the questions. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
how
don't have a
you
set playlist. So some dudes do. I don't believe
do
in a set playlist because of what you just said. Because sometimes
it.
you may
Mm-hmm.
get to a party and you have a set playlist, and they might not want to listen to that. So you got to be able to transition. But every party I've been to, there's always someone that'll come up with a song that I don't have.
Okay. And what do you do in that instance? Like,
It
how does that
depends.
work?
Recently, since we have Wi-Fi and stuff, I
Mm-hmm.
recently got a tablet, so I'm able
Mm-hmm.
to hook my controller to a tablet, so I
Mm-hmm.
can YouTube the song if I really need to.
Mm-hmm.
That's technically the most you can do, unless you have it. You can't. Sometimes people want you to download it right there. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't,
That's what I'm
depending on where
saying.
you
I
at.
think it's easy to do that. I don't really, I've learned over the years that it's definitely not that easy to do that.
Right.
But okay, so now how important is it to have the right equipment? Because I don't know, like I'm sure that all DJs don't use the same stuff, but like how important is to have your knowledge on the equipment? Like how do you know what to get? Like how do you know which is right? How do you know what sound is right? What turntable is right? Like how do you know?
Yeah, it depends on your person. Like I said, I mean, techniques was what I learned off of. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I learned off of. They have Statin. They have different kinds. They're Statin Pioneers. They got all kinds of different turntables and controllers and CDJs you can
Mm-hmm.
have. It's really up to the person that's
Okay.
DJing. It's
Okay.
totally up to them. But you just got to be able to know your equipment and know how to hook it up. If something goes wrong, kind of know how to be able to fix it. Because I don't know if I ever tell everybody that part of it, but besides the DJing part, you got to know your equipment. You got to be able to hook it up, and you got to be able to break it down, and you
Mm-hmm.
got to be able to troubleshoot it if something goes wrong. So
Okay. Now now that's something else. Okay, now have you been in a situation, probably I'm sure within, the time span that you've been DJing, you've had a situation that maybe has gone wrong
yes,
before?
numerous
Okay.
times.
Okay, well tell me about the worst time. Like what happened with that? Like what was going on?
My computer crashed.
In the middle of DJing?
Yeah, but it crashed in a different way. Everybody, there's sometimes people's computers cut off. Mine was
Mm-hmm.
doing something weird where it would only play on one turntable or one
Mm-hmm.
platter, and
Oh.
I kind of was DJing off of one side, and then the other side I was using like the tablet,
Oh,
and
okay.
so I was able to kind of play it off a little bit, but I
Okay.
didn't feel good about it because I wasn't able to do what I like to do. But if you're already at the
Mm-hmm.
party, you got to do it.
But other people didn't notice, right?
They
Like
didn't really notice, no.
that's crazy because I always thought, like, because when you look at movies and you look at shows and stuff like that, and then you have the DJ that messes up, and it's just like this big old ordeal. You know what I mean? It's just like that's what I always kind of thought that it was like. This was like this big old spectacle. You know what I mean? Like, but I've always wondered. Like every time I've been around DJs, I've always been like, okay, I've started to make friends with these people. I'm like, did you mess up tonight? They'll be like, I messed up several times. This went wrong. This went wrong. And I'm like, well, I couldn't even tell. You know
It's
what I
the
mean?
it's the it's the part of being calm. That's what I was saying. Like you got to be a certain type of person. If you're not a calm person, some people
Mm-hmm.
like lose it. Oh my god, I can't do nothing. You just got to be able to improvise. If something goes down, hey,
Mm-hmm.
if I have two tablets, I'll be DJing off of two tablets and just try to make it work as good as I can.
Right.
So
Right. Okay.
some people just when something happens, they just lose it. They can't.
Were you always that patient? Like even when you were younger, were you always
I
that
always
patient?
had. I try to be that patient. Yeah, I tried to learn. I learned to just kind of try because anytime you ever get upset or if I've ever gotten upset, it's just
Mhm.
worse than it is just me being patient with it. Nine
Right.
times out
Right.
of 10, and I know with DJing, like you just
Hmm.
said, a lot of people don't even know when you messed up.
Right.
So
It's the kind of same with my when I mean it's a little bit different, but the same. It's like when I'm drawing something, I know it's like several mistakes in that motherfucking shit, but to them it is beauty. You know what I mean? Like they're like,
exactly.
"Where's the mistake? What are you talking about?" You know what I mean? Like it be like that, but it's like I have to stay calm. have to finish it. I don't have a
Right.
choice now. You know what I mean? I can't go back. So it kind of is what it is. So, okay, with that being said, do you have like a particular genre that you like to play more so than others? Or do you just kind of dibble dabble and just, really have
I'm
to?
not gonna lie, I'm more into 90s and early 2000s hip hop and R&B. That's my
Okay.
favorite genre.
The times that I've been around you and I definitely know that you do like your old schools too, but you definitely into your 90s for sure. Now, I know you do weddings and stuff like that too. So how is it different from doing the weddings than it is maybe in a lounge or club setting? Like, is there like, do you have to adjust like not only yourself, or do you just keep the same persona?
I keep the same persona, but with weddings, you do whatever the bride wants.
Right. Okay.
That's literally what
if
I
it's
do. Hey, if
crazy.
she wants me to play the same song 20 times, I'm gonna play the same song 20 times.
Have you been there before? Like, have you been in that
Not
situation where?
really in that situation, but I've had to play certain songs like maybe 2 or 3 times for
Mhm.
whatever the reason she wants to play it. I'll
Okay.
do it and I'll just play it.
Okay. What is the craziest event that you have been asked to play at? What do you consider like the craziest event? Like, y'all want me to DJ for what? You know what I mean? Like, have you ever been where you was just like, this is crazy?
I did a bachelor party once. That was kind
See,
of
I
crazy.
was waiting on that. I was waiting on that. I'm trying to tell you, I've been waiting on it. I'm like, I know you had to have done one before. What was that?
That was crazy. That was a little crazy.
Oh my God, was people trying to put booty juice on you? You almost got some booty
Oh,
juice?
no, the way it was, I was like behind them, and they was twerking on all the dudes. Like,
Mhm.
you know how it makes. Come on, Shante,
I
don't be trying
know.
to put me in on this. But they was doing their thing with the dudes, and I'm just playing my music, and they just twerking on the dudes, doing their thing, doing what they do.
Oh my God. But I mean, have you ever DJed where you were like, I had a good time? Like, you had a good time, even though you were working. You know what I mean? Where you were like, I had a good time tonight.
I usually always pretty much have a good time
Because
when I'm DJing. It's not never
it's your
really a
it's your
bad time.
passion, it's your thing.
Exactly.
Right. And a lot of people I find it's crazy. It's like DJing can be that is a passion. I don't think you guys understand how hard these people work. There's a lot of DJs that I know, some just starting out, some's been in the game for a while, and it is a consistent thing. You know what I mean? This is what they really do outside of whatever their regular lives are. You know what I mean? I think it's really important that we start to support, because some of these rappers, some of these models, these music videos, a lot of these things, like, we have to really just show some appreciation to, a lot of the DJs. I mean, we're talking about people that goddamn near be psychic to know what the fuck we want. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to read a room. You know what I mean? Like, you get this group of people coming into a place, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna play this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? You gotta go off of the energy in the room, right? Like, okay, people are kind of jamming to this type of genre right here, so let me just kind of stay on that. You know what I mean? And then when people are winding down, I've been there, I know. So me personally, I like when you play the old school, because that's when the real people come out. I love when the old school is played, because we in the older crew. You know what I mean? But I definitely love because you be knowing the old school for real songs. Like, how important do you feel like it is to know like what the new kids are listening to, what the older people, you know what I mean? Not just some random stuff. Like, do you really feel like a DJ has to really know their music, like, for sure? Or
Yeah,
you just can't play anything?
you definitely have to know your music. I mean, that's the only way that can help you, when you're
Mhm.
DJing, because like I said, you get around a tough crowd, you got to kind of know what they want to listen to, and you can't just play anything. You gotta play kind of what they want. So
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I did recently. This was last year. I think it was like in December or November.
Mhm.
I did a party for some kids, man. Like, when I'm saying kids, these are like teenagers. So they're
Okay,
kids to
kids.
me. So yeah, so they're
They're
like
kids to
kids.
me.
And dude, I tried, man, and they wanted to listen to Thizzler.
To who?
There's this thing on YouTube called Thizzler where all these rappers, dude, trust me, I seen it and was kind of like, what is this? Like
I don't
literally
even know what
rappers are
that
on here.
is.
They rap for like 2 minutes. Like, and it's, I don't know. To me, it's not my flavor. I mean, kids like it, but it's like
I have
kids.
never heard.
It's
I
called
am
you. If you ever have a chance, it's on YouTube. It's called Thizzler, and they have
Sizzler.
all kinds of weird rappers on there. Just rappers that are just all kinds of rappers. Just
Okay.
it's weird,
Okay.
and I'm like,
You. Okay.
and like I said, the kids don't dance. Even when I played it, they just
No,
run
I don't
around. It was
feel
weird.
like
It's
us. Like I like to
yeah, it's
dance. You know
weird.
me. Yeah, I love to get on the floor. Like I don't know if that's just something. I don't know what's going on now. Like I just be like, come on, you know what I mean? No, everybody just either want to stand there, fight, or hate on someone else over there. And it's just kind of like, come on, music is just, I don't know. I don't know. Music, I feel has changed people in a way. Like, do you like did it make you feel like, damn, I gotta no shade to the youngin crews out there, but do you ever feel like you have to end up playing some crazy shit, like stuff to just be like, this ain't rap, like this ain't, you know,
Yep, all the
like,
time.
yeah, like this ain't
All the
no
time.
music. Okay, because like I hate to. That's why I don't get into music. I don't know anything. I mean, I know, but see, I'm church singer. Like I'm into my old school type of singing and R&B. I don't know what's going on today, so I don't be up with what's happening. But I know that you as a DJ are around, the different types of people. Have you ever had to like turn down a job? Like you like, I'm not doing that.
Majority of the time, no.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody's been pretty cool. Most of the people know how I DJ or they've seen me DJ somewhere else. So they know what they're, you know what I'm saying? They know what they're
Mm-hmm.
getting themselves into. And I tell most of them, like, well, if there is something you want, if you
Mm-hmm.
let me know in advance, I can,
Yeah.
come up with a mix for whatever you want me to play. Like
Do you
country.
have
I'm not a
any
country dude,
dreams?
but I played
Right.
country. I've had to play
Do-
country, so
I like country. Do you have any dreams of anyone in specific that you would love to DJ for? Like everyone has these people in their mind. Do you have like a big event or a big name or something like that that you hope that maybe one day you can work for? They see you.
I don't really have a dream of working with anybody, but I'm willing
Mhm.
to. I would work with anybody. I don't, if you're a DJ and you ever wanted to do a set, I would just do it. I don't have like a dream. I'm willing to
Mhm.
work with anybody who's wanting to work with me. It doesn't matter either way.
Okay, you're a lot older school because I'm sure if I had asked someone else that question, there would have been a couple of name drops. So, I mean, yeah, I definitely get that because everybody is just like sometimes has like, well, I want to work for this, but I want to do Drake, and them, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that's what do you think that gets you further or just more knowledgeable? Like kind of staying humble, kind of just, hey, like I'm down to work with even the small or the big.
I mean, that's just how I am. I don't know if it's gonna make me more humble or whatever. It's not like
Mhm.
I'm trying to be. It's just I'm
Mhm.
just a realist about it. If hey, if,
Mhm.
if someone famous came at me and said, hey, if DJ Cubert or somebody like that said, hey, you want to yeah, I'd DJ with you. But even
Mhm.
someone else that I didn't know or
Mhm.
isn't famous, and they said, hey, I'm like, hey, let's do it. I'm down.
Right. How do you consistently sharpen up on your skills? Like, do you feel like even though you've been in the game a long time, that you still find room for growth? Like you learn something new, like all the time?
All the time. There's always room for growth in it. It's like even when I do the podcast, the
Mhm.
podcasts are kind of like, besides me just practicing by myself, they're like my a little challenge. So like when
Yeah.
I do my mixes and stuff with artists that I don't know, like you know how we have all the indie artists on Happy
Yeah.
Hour,
Yeah.
I get to mix their music. That's why me
Right.
personally, when I'm always on the show, and you know how I am, I'm always like, let's see if we can get an MP3 from them, you know.
Right.
So when I do my
Mhm.
mixes, I can usually add them into a mix at some point.
Okay. Okay. Well, no, because that's important. Because I just, I think that there's some people out there that get very comfortable in their craft and just kind of be like, I'm good. I don't have to learn anything. And it's just like, I wanted to know if that was the same thing in DJing. It's like, if I'd be like, damn, if I was DJ, I would probably be just playing with that shit all the time, just trying to wiki, whatever fuck that shit is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know how it
you
works.
do. You still I still
I
tend to
kinda
do that.
know a
You
little bit,
Yeah, you
but
still play with it and you still scratch and you still mess with stuff and it's still
mhm,
gonna happen. It doesn't change. You're just a true
mhm.
DJ. You're always gonna mess with your equipment. It's just like with anything from musicians to artists. There's days
Yeah.
you're gonna be like you want to draw, even if you're not drawing for someone. I know there's days you just feel like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try and draw whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that for sure. Like, I mean, a lot of people don't understand, like, a lot of this stuff, most of the stuff that sells be the stuff that I just be like, hey, this is what the fuck I want to draw for myself. You know what I mean? But that's what opens up those doors where I've drawn for people I never thought I was going to draw for. My artwork is out there in places that I don't know nothing about. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all over the place because it's just kind of like you just got to be consistent with your craft. You just got to kind of put it out there. You know what I mean? And just kind of be like, hey, let me just do my own thing. Cause kind of like the same thing where it's like, hey, I'm just gonna go online and DJ tonight. Or I'm gonna, you know what I mean? It's just the same thing, I feel, like let me just kind of blast my shit and just kind of just see what I can work with tonight. And I think that that's important for us some people to do. Like, use it as practice and then just use it as your craft. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
really exploit yourself. You know what I mean? So I think DJs are no different. I thought it was important to have an interview with you, particularly because we've worked together. We've worked together for a long time. Okay. Very long time. For those who do not know, but should know, this is a new page. But anyway, yes, we were on The Soup. Shout out to Duck Soup. So we've been together for a long time. I know how this man works, you know what I mean? He's very consistent. You know what I mean? He definitely tears down the Bay Area, you know what I mean? So I'm very proud of him. He's a good friend. And so even though we're almost coming to an end, I just feel like, you know what, I wasn't gonna do it, but because I'm just so inspired, I just kind of feel like, won't you just kind of like whip up a couple songs real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like, play about a song or two, some that's on your heart, some that you would like to just DJ real quick. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean? We come
gosh.
back, head out. You
Ooh, I
know?
don't know, man. I'd have to go through those songs. I ain't gonna lie
Well,
to you.
play.
If we could do 90 songs or something, I would do something real quick. But I gotta really look into the happy hour music, the independent artists. I gotta go through them.
You
I
gotta
gotta go
go
through them.
through. Okay, well,
There's a lot of people I like. There's a lot of them I like.
it's a lot. We got a lot of. Well, play something that you would like. You know what I'm saying? Because we might as well, since I'm interviewing the DJ might as well
Oh
play a song. Because
man,
I'm
that'd
gonna
be.
I gotta put you on the spot now. I gotta see how quick this goes.
I
Like,
just don't.
is
There's a
this
lot of
how
dude.
hard it is? This how hard it is to get it? I don't want to learn it.
You know what? No, I can't. I can't do it, Shantae. I can't do it right now
He said
because
I can't
there's
do
a
it.
lot of people I like, and I kind of feel like if I play, I don't want it to seem like that. So if I was doing maybe an hour mix, which we
Yeah,
are
okay.
having planned next month,
Oh, we gotta
that'll be
promote
different.
that. We gotta promote that. We will be doing something next month. We're gonna have what did we call it? DJ Rose top something
A
list or
DJ Row
something.
moment. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have a moment. We're gonna have the rest of the crew here. We're gonna discuss some of the songs that I particularly like, Nasty likes, Fetty likes, some stuff that he's played on our show. You know what I mean? We're gonna go through some of those things, and we're gonna have a lot of content.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a lot of content. I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna be definitely interviewing a lot of people in between shows every other week. So, you know what I mean? If you guys want to come through, you know what I mean? Y'all already know where to reach me. So, we can head out. I'm just excited because those are things that I really, really wanted to know. I thought it was really important just kind of give you some floor, you know what I mean, to kind of discuss some of your shit. You know what I mean? Like, and just kind of talk about what it's like to be a DJ. Now, the only thing I want to ask is what advice would you give to other people that either are new DJs, older DJs, people who want to become DJs? What advice would you give?
Have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get serious with it. You know, don't make it a serious thing. Make it to something that you want to do, that you love doing. You know what I'm saying? Because if you try to get too serious with it, it's not going to be as fun. So you got to make sure you love what you're doing. You know, do what you love. Don't, you know, if you feel overdoing it, don't overdo it. You know, like a lot of DJs feel that you got to be able to scratch, you got to be able to mix and all this other stuff. And my feeling is whatever your passion is, as long as you're able to rock a crowd, you're good. You know what I'm saying? And learn at your pace. Learn at what you want to learn.
Not learn at someone else's pace.
Not at someone else's pace. Learn at your pace. Do it how you want to do it, and take your time with it. Because a lot of times, like I said, there's a lot of haters and people who just is all over the place. That you got to do this and got to do that. Nah, do what makes you feel good. You be all right.
Right. Okay. Well, I particularly think that is great advice. I'm definitely going to be sharing this. I appreciate, you know, some of the new people that's going to come through and, you know, supporting this. We are definitely going to share the link so everyone else can watch it. Thank you, Roselle, for coming through. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I just felt like we had to shout you out. You know what I'm saying? I had to make sure I did my job. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate it. And I thank you so much for just kind of opening up and just telling your story a little bit and just kind of giving everybody an insight of you. So, you know, you guys can follow him where? Roselle?
Oh, you talking to me? I thought you said you guys what? Follow you on the Happy Hour YouTube.
Okay. All right. Now,
Most definitely.
You guys heard it. You guys heard it here. So thank you guys for coming through. And Roselle, I will see you soon.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, now. Bye-bye.
Happy hour. Hey, welcome. Hey, turn it up. Broadcast. Happy hour. We do it live. Conversation rising, don't be surprised. We got DJ Rowe in the mix. Thug Nasty as it gets. Tune in. We love to entertain Shantae. She's the flame. It's not a game. Are you ready? This is Happy Hour. I am Fetty. Chill.